Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP
Hello.
Reviews episode. I am one of your hosts, John Clemente. Alongside with me are two of my bestest best friends. To my immediate left, this dude still tries to force us to call him Zaddy or Daddy. And then he threw in a new nickname that is even scarier, but I'm just going to call him as my beloved Chubax. Chubax, say hi.
Hello, hi, I'm Chubax, but you can call me Daddy or Papa.
Unsubscribe.
Papa.
Unsubscribe. Another one of our bestest best friends, the guy in the white shirt, the handsomest boy in our group, RJ, aka Raymond.
Hello and good evening, good morning, or good afternoon from wherever, whichever time zone you're watching this on. So thank you for seeing this video. Please watch until the end.
Yeah, a
Oh
little bit of
yeah.
housekeeping before we start reviewing our special series and movie for the week. The plus 63 HP of shows can be found in one YouTube channel. Just search plus 63 HP or type in youtube.com/plus 63 HP. On Tuesdays, we release week on week this show. We review a series or a movie and discuss it with you, so you're informed whether you should watch it, when you should watch it, the context in which you should watch it, and the people at who you should watch it with. On Wednesdays, we drop our first D&D playthrough, so our very first D&D campaign. These middle-aged men recorded it and for you to watch for your viewing pleasure. On Thursdays, we curate a bunch of clips, snippets, trailers to react to, so you know what type of content you should be hyped about, like we are. And then on occasion, we will drop special one-shot reactions to cool new trailers, featurettes, and snippets that we encounter throughout the week. So we hope that you hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you know when any of our videos drop. And should you not want to watch our faces, you can listen to us in any of the major podcasting apps that you already have on your phone. We particularly like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon. Before we move it further, we have this week yet another milestone. We've been hitting milestone almost every week, and we thank you for that. And we hope that you continue to support this channel and grow our community of like-minded individuals who just want to enjoy content with their friends and family. We hit our 2,000 subscriber mark this week. We're a little bit over 2,100 subscribers. And you know what that means? As we promised, every thousand, we're going to do a drop or every milestone, we're going to do a small token of our appreciation for the community. So we are giving away yet another $63 because it's plus 63 plus 63 HP.
Yeah.
Giveaway in digital currency to a lucky subscriber. And this time we're going to do a little bit different. For you to qualify, we want you to write in the comments anything that you like about this episode or any of the episodes that is coming out this week. So on the 12th of March. Okay, so we as a group will be drawing that lucky person who will be winning from this milestone, and we will announce that on next week, episode 28 of our reviews episode. So please drop a comment, tell your friends to drop a comment so that we can reach out to you through your comment. We can reply to your comment and say whether you won our $63 or equivalent in your local currency prize for being a subscriber for in our channel. So
Also,
again, thank you very
I'll
much.
interrupt. A bonus prize. The first
Mm.
person that comments and calls me Daddy, Papa,
Mm.
or Zaddy will get $25 from me.
Okay.
First
Okay,
comment.
So
Chong
The
and I
first one.
are gonna
No,
start
not
doing it now.
no,
friends and
no, I don't
family.
think I don't think $25
More.
is enough, Jay.
Okay, true enough, true
so
enough.
so if you are watching this episode diligently, it's a Tuesday or whenever you watch this episode and you hear it, we have one giveaway prize for our milestone and a bonus prize. So if you paid attention, you can get a bunch of digital currency for yourself and you can enjoy
Woohoo!
it however way you'd want to spend it. So, um, housekeeping done. Again, cannot thank you enough. We also want to remind you that next week, next episode, we have two new movies to deep dive with you. Scream 6, the latest installment of the Scream franchise,
Five.
has just what? Oh, sorry, Scream
Five.
5. Sorry,
Five,
Scream
Been
five.
watching
5.
kind of funny.
I've been watching too much kind of funny past couple of weeks, but Scream 5 just recently dropped on video on demand, so it's easier for all of us to watch. That will be our A block for next week's reviews episode. So if you want to discuss along with us, come watch the movie. And our main movie will be the Ryan Reynolds, Zoe Saldana Netflix blockbuster hit that is coming or that's dropping on March 11th, which is the Adam Project. So Scream 5 and the Adam Projects for next week. Please join us, discuss with us so that we hear your voices in terms of these contents that we review with you. All right. Now we get into the real meat of the episode. And I know I've been talking a lot, but this will be my last bit before I turn it over to my bros. We will start this week's episode with a no spoilers review for Matt Reeves's Batman. So if you do not want to know anything about Batman, our episodes are timestamped, so you can just like skip to the next part, which is Yellowjackets episodes
Can
8
I
to
skip
10, or
as-
if you
I
want to
will
skip
skip.
that, no, you're going to be here forever.
I'm taking off my headphones and go like this when you want me back. So I gotta
Fire.
get something also.
Right. A no spoilers review of Matt Reeves's Batman. Okay, just a little bit of info about the movie. Again, directed by Matt Reeves of War and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes fame. He also directed Cloverfield and Let Me In, award-winning. Very awesome director. Stars Robert Pattinson from Twilight series, but a lot
Yes.
of really cool movies after that. But Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, Andy Serkis as Alfred. Amazing cast. Music by Mr. Michael Giacchino. So he's been kind of like scoring a lot of really cool movies for decades now, but he is most known for, of course, Mission Impossible. Jurassic Park was his actual claim to fame, so he's good. He's been doing the score for Star Trek reboot, The Incredibles, Speed Racer, Rogue One, an upcoming movie that he will be scoring that is also in our radar. Is like he's the person that did the music for Thor, Love and Thunder. And my last bit of information is the cinematography. So the cinematography was an Australian man named Greg Fraser. He was the one who did the cinematography for Zero Dark 30, Rogue One, and Dune. So that's where I'm going to start. As a no spoilers review, it's a beautifully shot movie. It is so beautiful that you really cannot pinpoint where they shot it at. Because usually we've seen a bajillion Batman movies already. It's either New York, Chicago, Detroit, London. So this one, they shot it in Liverpool, but it does not look like any of the aforementioned big cities. So Gotham as a character was performed very, very well. I think everybody will love this new take on Gotham. It's much more visceral. You feel it. And I've been reading a lot about the movie, and Matt Reeves provided cinemas the correct settings and temperature of the lights of the cinema itself to maximize how the movie would look, because the movie is super dark and it's always at night. There's like a few pops of light in there. So that's where of course, the blacks is one of the toughest colors to render in TV or in cinema. So
that's right.
he really wanted to make sure that that's taken care of, and it shows that it's super dark, but you can still see what's happening. The budget of the movie was 185 to 200 million dollars, which shows because it's not the biggest budgeted movie, but it feels great. Okay. Um, as we are recording this, it has an 8.8 IMDb rating, an 85% Rotten Tomatoes rating, and on Google it's a 93%. So overall,
Oh.
and my last point, it's a 2 hour and a 57-minute movie. It's
3 minutes short of 3 hours.
3 minutes short of 3 hours, and the way that I thought about this long and hard last night. Um, it is a contradictory movie of sorts. We've always wanted a detective Batman. That's kind of like what we've missing. It's always been this gadget heavy or this action heavy Batman that we've seen. We've never seen Batman as a detective, and we finally got it.
Mhm.
So I'm very, very happy about that. The problem with that is, for the comic book nerds out there, if you put this detective Batman against all of the detective Batman that we've seen in the comics, it's not top tier. It's up there, but it's not the top detective Batman.
Ooh,
If you
why?
are not a comic book fanatic, if you're just if this is your first Batman movie that you're gonna see, it's long, and that kind of detracts from the experience. Like, it's not drawn out, it's not slow, but it's long. I was listening to other reviews too. Like, if you shave like maybe 5-10 seconds every scene and you kind of cut it down another 15-20 minutes, it might feel a little bit better, might have a better sense of urgency. So that's kind of where it falls. But that's the negative. The positive part, I love this movie. I It's just great. It's solid all throughout, and it makes sense. And it's not something that we've seen on screen before. It feels very familiar, the movie. It's like a psychological thriller. It has, who's there. Um, but it feels familiar, but it feels new. So there's the push and pull that I've been feeling when I was thinking about this movie. Uh, I I can't make it a 10 out of 10, but
Mhm.
it's I want to. That's the problem. Like, I want to make this a 10 out of 10, but there's just some elements that is kind of different that might need more discussions with you guys in the future to really pinpoint. But this is a wonderful movie. You just have to be biologically prepared for sitting down 3 hours, because every second kind of means something. There are scenes that are a little bit longer than necessary, but that makes it feel more grounded. So
Mhm.
with that, that is the Batman No Spoilers review. Of course, you have to watch it. And we're gonna signal our stupid buddy now. It's like, right. And then Batman dies in the end. All right. That is the No Spoilers review of the Batman.
But I'm actually curious, John. In your opinion, with all the Batman movies that you've seen, and I
mm,
can dare say guarantee that you've watched every single one that came
everyone.
out,
Mhm.
would this rank to be the number one Batman movie you've seen
So
throughout your entire life?
here's the thing. It's going to be extremely hard to knock off The Dark Knight. You just
Yes.
can't. I mean, that's the thing. It's too far away. Did it come close? I would have never expected a first movie of a franchise to beat off The Dark Knight, because you need to build the world first. So I did not expect this to be number one at all. Did it come close? I thought it was going to be closer than I think, but it's a solid number two. But
Okay.
everybody knows that this is the first of a franchise. They've already greenlit two more movies before this movie dropped. So we already know there's going to be more. So that, for me, it's like, I wish I didn't know that, because I wish that they were going to go balls out as a one shot, but you can't just make a one shot with this kind of cast. So I
Not with
understand
that
it, but
franchise.
not with that franchise. So you don't do
Yeah.
one Batman too. So I figured, like, they did this sets up a wonderful world. That's the year two Batman is super interesting, and I think you guys will, or a lot of people will, kind of be refreshed by how the new take of this Gotham, of this the actual villains and a new take on who everybody is. It's just a fresh take, so everybody will enjoy. But again, it's let's let's see the second or the third movie of this franchise if it has a chance to beat Dark Knight, because it'll take a miracle to beat the Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's really up there. That's
It
Right.
really
boils
up there.
it boils down to beating the Joker.
Beating
If they
hundred
can
percent.
come up with a villain that will top Heath Ledger's Joker, they have a shot.
And
But
that
Yeah,
Joker
it's hard.
performance is one thing. It's just the actual motivations was solid. The stakes were there. Like it's just perfect. The world was perfect.
Everything,
The
yeah.
script was perfect. The art acting was perfect. The Batman for that particular movie was perfect. That's why that movie is. I don't think it's going to be like in the pantheon. It's like you're just gonna have to be number one forever until like there's like a, you know, like
Something
it's never
really
gonna be.
blows everyone.
Yeah. It's never going to be close. It's either going to be somebody's going to blow it out of the water. It's always going to come second. So, again, thank you for
Sounds good.
indulging me with our Batman no spoilers review. In our real A block. Now I'm
No,
going
but
to
you know
turn
what?
it.
I'll be honest. Jong did a fantastic no spoiler review. I have no clue what happened.
I don't care.
Except
But I'm
Batman
hyped
dying.
up.
I don't care.
I don't care. Again, this week for our A block, we come to a close with the last few episodes of the Yellowjackets. So I'm gonna turn it over to one of my handsome bros to take over and pop on the looping trailer of Yellowjackets and explain the synopsis of the last few episodes in Yellowjackets, and we can discuss.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Okay, so
Buzz,
this is
buzz, buzz.
I'm using Wikipedia to help me a little bit. But episode 8 for the final 3 episodes of the first season of Yellowjackets. So, quick summary: high school women's team crash lands on a unspecified area in the
In
woods
Ontario, Canada.
and are stranded. And this show is about that timeline and 25 years later, the survivors and things that go, creepy stuff that happens in between. So episode 8 is called Flight of the Bumblebee. And last episode, there was a group of survivors that wanted to go for help. So they trudge along and were attacked by wolves.
By wolves.
And Van, one of the characters, is savagely attacked. I like the shot with the
Oh.
you can see the
I know.
teeth.
You can see the jaw.
The teeth.
The-
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's not dead. So
Yeah.
in this episode, she regains consciousness, and the group
They
returns.
almost killed her though.
Yeah,
They almost
They
cremated
almost
her.
fried her. Yeah.
that was so stupid, but I guess it could happen. So the group returns to the cabin, unsuccessful from their trip. Of course, they help Van. They suture it, and then Natalie and Travis have an issue during sexy time. Travis having a hard time and eventually backing out and I think it ends their relationship at that point.
Yeah,
They do
it's
break
very
up.
stressful, having sex in the fucking woods for the first time It's
Without
like,
having
come on.
taken a bath and shit. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
know, right? Yeah. No, they take a bath.
So
They take a bath.
In the
There's
river?
this lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
oh in the lake, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Natalie, after the breakup, talks to one of the surviving coaches, Ben, and he reveals he's gay, and they talk about relationships and stuff, and then the religious character Laura announces she's gonna fly one of the airplanes they found the airplane they found in the forest because she's been reading the manual for a few weeks.
And he has
Yeah,
a
that's all
granddad
you
that
need.
flew. Yeah, and he saw his granddad fly and landed. Okay,
And
little
the
bit of a
granddad
stretch.
also the granddad also lets her hold the stick. I mean the plane. know. Just before other people get the
the joystick. Yeah,
So
The
they fly.
joystick.
Also, so they help her clear up the
the runway.
runway and the debris that's like the vines and the plants on the airplane, and she successfully flies the
Takes
plane
off.
and she
Mhm.
takes off.
She does.
And then as she gets farther and farther on the lake, the bear, her teddy bear, erupts in flames, or what appears to be her
Yeah,
teddy
they
bear. So we don't sure if
what
it's like
appears it
a
It
seems
could be
like
the
the
seat underneath.
chair, but
Yeah.
it could
the
be
way
the
that they
chair.
framed it
Yeah, it
could
could
be
be
the
the teddy
actual
bear.
bear. Yeah.
So another one of those supernatural, is it or is it not? So after a few seconds of everybody being happy, it explodes, and again they're devastated. So back in 20 present,
Actually, if I can share, the
go.
religious girl actually looks cute. She was actually cute
Mm.
in a very
Mm.
innocent way. You know.
Laura Lee. I liked her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's nice.
So anyways, we're back to 2021, and Misty, Natalie goes crazy. I for some
Mm.
reason I don't like Juliette Lewis acting here, or maybe just the overacting with the
I
phone call and the
Mhm.
manager. It's just too
yeah.
much, I think. And then she tries to get high again, and Misty watching from a secret video camera, a secret
Nanny
camera,
cam. Yep.
nanny cam, uh, stops her and thinks she's a good friend for stopping her from getting high by revealing
Mm.
that she's been uh
Creeping.
creepily watching her from afar from
Mm-hmm.
from the nanny cam, and then but she then tells Natalie that someone withdrew the money from Travis' bank account after he died. So
Mm.
Natalie, getting this information, does the overacting thing where she's on the phone trying to get the information, but since she's not technically related to Travis, can't get access to
I
it.
figure find out.
So she tries to go through a bank friend that was somebody she got high with and blackmails her, and we don't hear from
Mm-hmm.
that again for a while. And then Taisa's having problems with her wife about and tells her about being, I guess, a different person at night. I thought it was just
Mhm.
sleepwalking, but now it's more like becoming more of a dissociative identity, like
Yeah.
Yes.
like a multiple personality. And then fearing that she might hurt her wife and the son, she tells them to leave. And
Mm-hmm.
then Shana in the present also discovers that someone took her journals, and she finds glitter in the closet where Adam,
Like, who was in the
his
closet? Adam
his
was in the closet.
what's a mistress for a guy? Is it mistress? We can call it
I think
mistress.
it's we'll call him like a side piece.
The side piece, her side
Yeah.
piece,
Or
Adam.
yeah.
So Shana goes into questioning him, and that's episode 8. So some of my comments here is like, I do like how Taisa and Shauna developed that relationship,
Mhm.
from the past, and develop it in the present, where they weren't really good friends, but somehow, seeing each other's plight from the outside, because
Mhm.
like Shauna has her issues with Jackie, and Taisa has her issues with Van and other stuff. They're able to, be there for each other. I love Misty. I don't know why she's just.
Yeah, low key Misty is kind of like the best character, and I think that they've casted this perfectly. Like you
Uh-huh.
wanted a strong celebrity that
Mhm.
can really act. So I love the casting of she's creepy but not too creepy. She's still
And
cute
is it just the
creepy.
is it the mega? But she looks a lot prettier now than the past times I've seen her in other.
Oh,
Who?
Christina
oh.
Ricci.
Who?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
She's
think
Same with
it's
actually
like
Misty.
yeah, I
The
think
setup.
her
actually
wig
pretty. Yeah.
works.
Also I have a note here. Like, is it just me, or is it like intros out of touch now? With the times. Like,
The intro?
yeah, like this has an intro and like plays every episode, and it's like, I don't know. It's like,
No, so
doesn't
that's
Dun,
I've
entertain.
dun, 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 dun,
when
dun.
I was well, they made the music sound like the 90s for sure.
Mm.
It's an original song. But I what I've been noticing is like as the episode progressed, they put more and more flashes and screens for the next few episodes, right? It's not standard. So
Mm.
like
I didn't even pay attention. It's just like,
mm,
get me out of here. It's
mm.
just like even Reacher. who's not a smart show, but it's entertaining. They just show the logo like, and it's done. Like
Yeah.
let's get into it.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of
anyways,
Easter eggs.
so next episode is Doom coming, which I like.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
group has a homecoming party, uh, and this is a little crazy because Misty wants to poison Ben. I don't know why.
No, not poison. Like he wants to drug him. She wants to roofie him. But like, wait, you're bringing the lead. They wanted to make a homecoming party or a party period because they're running out of food.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
They know that they're gonna die.
And
It's
somebody
just
had
like,
somebody's berries became alcoholic in a sense,
Yeah,
like
yep.
fermented
So
into wine.
they didn't want
Mhm.
to just drink it without occasion. So like, let's make a
Yes.
homecoming and then like
Yeah,
a
let's
doom
just-
That's
coming.
right.
I love it.
So-
It's
It
one of
kind of
my favorite
reminds me of
episodes.
that. Remember that episode of Lost where they found out about the stock room downstairs.
Mhm.
Instead of like trying to ration it, they'll just fuck it. Let's just have a party and have
Mhm.
everybody eat it. So it's like that. So they call it Doom coming, and the party was
Mhm.
mostly
Mhm.
pushed by Jackie. I think
Yep.
one of the ones that wanted it.
Yes.
So so
That
there,
was her idea, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Misty, being in love with Ben, who she doesn't know is gay, tries to drug him, but she gets distracted with the mushroom. She leaves it by the table where people are cooking.
No, because Shauna was, her baby bump was showing and needed help zipping up her
Yeah,
dress.
yeah. I mean,
So
but-
she was like screaming from top floor, not screaming, but asking help from top floor, like, can someone help me zip up? But since everyone
why-
else is busy,
why would
and
you
they
leave
saw-
it in the table?
Why
though?
would you
should
leave the
bring it-
mushrooms?
you
Keep the
should have-
mushrooms with you.
Bring it with her and bring
Yeah,
it down somewhere
that's true.
upstairs. So, anyways, these mushroom was put in the stew, and it makes everybody who took it like almost like a mass hysteria.
So maybe
Mass
it's safe to
hallucination.
say that the person cooking the stew didn't know that those were shrooms.
Yeah. Oh,
Because she said was like, so found your mushrooms and you were holding out on us.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she
So
thinks it was
because they
just
were
like
lacking food.
edible. Yeah. So once
Well,
Yeah,
upon
she was a
Are
Girl
edible,
Scout, so
to be
she knew
honest.
which mushrooms were for food, which ones for poison, which ones
Yeah.
for fun. So
For fun,
Yeah.
she was collecting those for fun just for Ben, but it got them into the entire stew.
So most everybody takes it except I think Jackie, Natalie.
Except
Oh, Natalie also. Natalie took
And
it.
Natalie, yes.
Natalie took it with Ben, right? They were
With
kind of
Ben.
high.
Yeah.
But I think they didn't take a lot.
They didn't have
because
a lot because they only they
were
had
left
they had a
glass.
cup and then they left.
so they didn't
Unlike
keep eating,
everybody who was just there
consuming it.
drinking and eating. Yeah.
So there we go. So they go crazy with there, and then Jackie takes Travis out to the cabin. What do you think about Jackie just going for Travis? Because Jackie finding out that Shauna was sleeping behind her back with her boyfriend, she's just like,
Mhm.
fuck this, fuck this
Yeah.
world.
I think so. This episode was my favorite episode. I think I saw this episode like 1.5 times because it was solid. Like it provided like a baseline on how people got crazy, a bed for the supernatural, a bed for the religious, a bed for psychotics and whatever. But great point that you mentioned, Chubax, is when Jackie was saying like she was very upfront, like she was saving herself for something special, and apparently it's not that special.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And he was the most viable candidate, so might as well just do it and have fun. So that's plus they had a little bit of the mushrooms too, not a lot, but they had a little bit of the mushrooms. So for me, it made sense, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck. So yeah.
I think it's her rebellion retaliation because she was saving herself. She wasn't doing it because she wanted to kind of save. She wanted to be special. So that's why she was like kind of holding it until she realized that her best friend did it with her boyfriend, who she
Got
thought was
pregnant,
saving
too.
it for her, and got pregnant. It's like, what the hell am I doing this for? Secondly, I might even die tomorrow because there's no more
Exactly.
food,
They were
or
gonna run
we're
out of
all
food too.
screwed.
Yeah.
So might as well do it. What am I saving this for? So that's what she wanted to do, and did it.
They did. So while they're doing it in the
Top
cabin,
floor.
top, yeah, like the attic, the rest of the group just keeps consuming the hallucinogenic mushrooms and they go crazy. They all hallucinate like they think somehow that Travis is food, and they go to the cabin and they confront the pair, Jackie and Travis, and then the group tries to rape Travis in their cabin. He runs away because he's also tripping. And then after catching up, Lottie orders again. This is from Wikipedia. Orders Shauna to slit Travis' throat, and then we see
So,
like a creepy
Because they
shot
were
of,
thinking he was a stag.
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
chase after
Shauna
the
was like
stag.
looking at him, and then his head was replaced by a stag. But has it been confirmed? Like, is mass hallucination real or
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that the thing that you don't like is the thing that I love.
no, no,
Everything
no,
can be explained away.
no, no, no,
I
no?
think
I'm
it
not.
was the mushrooms
No, I'm not talking about
and
the show.
then
I mean, I'm talking in real life. Is mass
mass
hallucination
hallucinations. Yeah, it has happened.
has
Yes.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay,
Have.
I was just curious. So anyway,
Mhm.
so Lottie, who's becoming this leader, kind of cultish leader, he orders Shauna to slit Travis' throat, thinking he's a stag, and Shauna's their cleaner, their butcher. So Natalie and Jackie arrive and they stop them. And then we move back to 2021 where Shauna confronts Adam. And after the fight, she kills him. And then she goes home and then she has a confrontation with her husband where everything comes out that it was Jeff
I love this
who has
episode.
been blackmailing them
Actually.
because he's read her journals, which was already fucked up in a sense, and then they have this showing of dirty secrets of their dirty laundry of Shauna saying that she killed the guy she was having an affair with because Jeff was having an affair with somebody, and then Jeff telling her
But
that
Jeff
no,
wasn't.
she
Yeah.
wasn't, no, he wasn't. The store is the problem. It's losing money, and he needs money, and he was with dealing with loan sharks
Mhm.
and not having an affair. And my favorite line of the episode of the series is Shauna saying, "There's no book club," and Jeff, after everything Jeff's heard, he's like, "There's no book club."
What?
There's no
There
book
was no
club.
book club?
That just
There
makes
was
me laugh
never a
out
book club.
loud. Like after
Yeah, she was saying
after
she
murdering
was saying but
someone, having an affair.
but I saw you with that. What's the name of
Yeah,
that
I'm
girl?
fine.
Anyway, I saw you with that girl. Yeah,
Yeah, she's with the loan
but she
sharks.
scares me. She scares me.
I just
She's the one that scares me the most because she's the one with the loan sharks.
I'm
See,
writing notes now, so every time I watch, so this in my notes
And
is
then
like
she,
even after everything crappy Jeff's done, the journals and the blackmail, I still kind of like him. He's just trying
I
to
love him.
with his family, right? And
I mean, that's
yeah,
why I
and
love this. I love this episode because the way that they constructed it, it made sense for. So when Shauna found the glitter in the closet near the safe, and her journals gone, I immediately thought like I knew it. It was Adam because Adam was in the same
uh
closet. He confronted Adam, or Shauna confronts Adam about everything and asks like if he was a psycho as part of the blackmailing thing. You could have been sure that like I know that Adam is part of it, but there's might be someone
somebody
more.
else. Yeah,
So
yeah.
when he died, like when Adam was stabbed by Shauna during their struggle, I realized like, okay, maybe the twist is like there's somebody else,
Mhm.
right? And
mhm.
I was 100% convinced that Adam was part of it. We go home and this giant twist with this guy for 9 episodes seemed that
I was
was
shocked.
fucking
A flaw.
cheating and having an affair, and they're just both having an affair. Not only was not having an affair, but was also part of the blackmail in a very stupid way. The glitters was from him, which also made sense because that was his closet too. Everything kind of made sense. I really, really,
And the way she found
really
out
enjoyed
when
this.
she opened the safe, the journal was there.
That
Somebody
was
put it
Yeah.
back. It was like, oh
yeah.
shit,
So
it's not
she
Adam.
knew too, and it made sense, like their reaction to each other's infidelity slash like she had an affair, Shauna had an affair, while Jeff was dealing with loan sharks and blackmailing the crew, right? So it's kind of like,
That's
all right,
right.
it's a
Mhm.
wash. And in the end, they were still like, yeah, they're still like fucking together. There's like, it was like, what? Like, I was surprised that they were just
It's
like, oh,
more
we're
like they
gonna.
found out they kind of love each other still, or
I
Well,
love,
yeah,
Jeff,
I love the
yeah, the
love.
husband
Yeah.
loves her more. Yeah.
just
Wait, was this the same episode where they also went to Jackie's parents' house?
oh
Uh,
I think maybe
yeah.
earlier
Yes.
or
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Oh no,
or
no,
was
no,
it
no,
the
no.
Right?
episode before?
That's the beginning of the next episode.
Ah.
It was Jackie's 40th birthday. Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah. The wiki's little gimpy on the details.
Yeah, because it eventually showed that the husband still really loves Shauna,
Yeah,
despite
Sean is
all the
just
shit that they've been through. Even
dude.
if their relationship started wrong,
Sean is
Mhm.
he
just
really
for me.
loves
It's
her.
not likable, man.
No, she's not. She's like the bitch. She's like a Karen. Sorry for anyone named Karen out there, but the term, the persona of a Karen. Like she'll complain. Um, that's what I felt she was,
I
and
think.
it also showed in the flashbacks in the past how Shauna also transformed to be that bitch actually, even to her best friend. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I like how, I mean, I'm still like a big fan of Shauna because she seems normal, like,
I don't know. She's just
unloving,
a
you
bitch to
know.
me.
Yeah, I like it. There's like a lot of different, yeah, you guys, so I the people that you like, I don't like. The people that I like, you guys like. I like the
Hmm.
dynamic of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of these
It's
people.
divisive. So, anyways,
Actually, don't like any of their personas as they got older, but it's understandable after the trauma they went through.
Misty, I love,
I
when
love
Misty
But
got
Misty.
older, it's
Misty,
like I
Taisa's
love.
I like
also
Misty.
Taisa's
Yeah.
also okay. So,
No,
anyways,
because I like Misty because it's like what you see is what you get. From the past to the
Mm.
present, she's still psychotic. Diba?
so okay, so we end the episode with Shana siding with Jeff also, which is nice.
Hmm.
He finds makes up a plan to tell the others, Natalie and Taisa, that Adam was a blackmailer, not Jeff. So she
Mhm.
can close it up in a nice loop. So that's how that episode ends. Doom coming. Then we go to the last episode, Sic Transis Gloria Mundi. So in this one, Van
Which
begin.
means s- uh uh thus passes the glory of the world, which I don't understand, but okay.
So Van starts to believe Lottie has supernatural. She's like Van's like becoming the enforcer. Like Van is starting to become
Hmm.
believe that Lottie has supernatural abilities. Lottie's really starting to become prettier too.
Mhm.
Yes,
So
that's right.
as the day starts, a bear just suddenly appears out of nowhere,
Oh
and
my god, this is so cool.
Lottie kills it with a knife, and it
It's like the bear
The
offered itself.
the bear
yeah
literally offered itself
Offered
right in front
itself.
of Lot.
Yeah.
yeah, and this was the a day after Lottie saying that they're not gonna go hungry,
Mhm.
or their hunger's gonna end soon. They're gonna have some. So that's what
Yeah, it's coming
making
over.
some of them, especially Van, that believe Lottie has
Well,
supernatural abilities.
she also said something to Van in the first in the two ep- in this in the episode 8 where she'll encounter a river of blood.
Oh, I think that was before, like episode 7, before they
No,
left.
yeah, but then on episode 8 is where they encountered the river. No,
Episode 7.
7,
Episode
7.
8
Okay.
is when she was almost burned to death.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. So nonetheless,
Yeah, so
she
yeah,
was warned about it.
she
So
had the
it
vision.
really. Hmm.
So anyways, Javi goes missing from the shrooms, I think, right? and Travis goes
Mm-hmm.
looking for her
Mhm.
for him.
Mhm.
And then while Travis and Natalie are looking for Javi, they confront each other. This is Natalie's likable here. Like she's like concerned
She
for
is.
Travis because of what happened
Mhm.
the night before, where he was almost killed by
Yeah.
the the crazy
She
crazy
didn't care
girls.
about the fucking of
Yes,
Jackie. She
that
just
was nice from
cared
Natalie.
about like being
Are you
almost being
okay?
gutted.
Yeah.
And Javi
Mm,
missing. You know, it's like
of course. Who's
Travis
helping?
was at first Travis was being a guy's guy where he's denying and she's like, "Oh, I don't need your help. I hate you," stuff like that. And then in the end, he confesses that she doesn't really like that, and then they go off looking for Javi. Meanwhile, at the cabin, Jackie's just had enough, and like the group's not was acting normally after that night, and she confronts them. She tells them that Shauna was cheating with Jeff. She also confronts them about what happened with Travis. They're kind of in denial, and like Shauna comes back with like you're always thinking about yourself. You want to be the star, stuff like that. And I'm just this is what really
Mm,
pissed me off about Shauna. Like I'm at the age where it's not like they're mad at she's mad at Jackie for something that he never confronted her before about.
Mhm.
So how can Jackie grow and change when you're just keeping this resentment inside? Shauna is just being
Mhm.
resenting her for all these things when if she told her, then she could have changed or she could have fixed it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I tell
But
my
that's
or
every single like bully or like alpha and
I
beta
know. I'm
relationship.
no,
still
but she's not a bully. Jackie's not a bully.
Oh, yeah, she's just an
She
alpha.
actually
Like she's
genuinely, yeah, she genuinely cared
Mm.
about
and this
Shauna.
was her best friend. So
And
that's
yeah.
what's pissing me off. It's like when I tell my kids about like one of their younger cousins who has a tendency to want what they're playing. And they all and as kuya and ate they always give way, right? So I said, if he
Yeah.
grows up selfish or spoiled, it's also your fault because you don't
Mhm.
teach
Correct.
him.
You allowed it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't teach him. You don't tell him what's wrong, so he won't know it's wrong, and he will not learn from it. So this is like I was so
Mm.
pissed because like she's spouting all this nonsense. One, she's cheating and cheating. Two, she's pregnant with
Mhm.
her Jackie's boyfriend, all behind her back, and now she's shouting because of Jackie being the alpha, the pretty one, the star. So I was so pissed about that. So Jackie is the one instead of Jackie's pissed like you leave this house, go outside. They all sided Shauna because Jackie's being the prima donna. So they kick her out. She goes out. She sleeps. She tried to start a fire, and then who was the one? There was a
Falls
girl
asleep.
during the night that says, "Tell Shauna to just apologize or talk to her, not apologize, just talk to her." I
Instructor.
forgot the girl. I forgot the girl who said it. I'm not sure if it was.
Was it not Taisa?
I'm not sure.
Thaisa. I think it was Thaisa.
So in denial, they
Yeah.
forced Jackie to sleep outside, and this is the only night that.
Well, they didn't force
It's
Jackie. Jackie just didn't want to sleep with them. So,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
only
No,
place
no,
where
but the other said like, well, since you think all of us are monsters or something,
Yeah, so it's
why
like
don't
yeah.
they're
Why
like
don't
alienating
it's
you
her
leave?
not
they're alienating her
yeah,
in a sense.
and I really hate Shauna for answering
Yeah.
that way. Well, it seems like when Jack was saying out, get out. What? You know what? It's not. It seems like you're the only one with a problem seeing me. So if you don't want to see me, why don't you go out?
Mhm.
So so Jackie goes out by herself, and then Shauna at night. There's a dream sequence where
Mm-hmm.
Shauna goes to Jackie and talks to her, and like they make up, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not sure if this is Jackie's dream or it's Shauna's dream. Is it Shauna's
No,
dream?
it's Jackie's. I
Shauna.
think
Shauna's.
it's
Or
Shauna's dream,
okay.
but the indication here is that it's so cold that you'll just fall asleep and then that's it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I was a little confused if it was
They
Shauna
mentioned it in like an early
or
episode.
Jackie's dream. Yeah. So, anyways, it rain. Oh, it's in this dream that we see the. Oh yeah, so in the dream, Jackie goes back inside and they make up, and she makes up also with the whole crew. Everybody saying that they love Jackie and they're okay.
Including the religious girl was still alive.
Yeah, and then there's this guy. Did you see the guy?
Yeah, in the shadow.
In the
Yeah, I
shadows,
saw. But
who we've never seen before. Have you seen? We've never seen him before,
Yeah.
right?
I've never seen it.
So,
Nope.
so after that, there's this, and then after that, it ends up with Jackie, Shauna not having checked on Shauna not checking on Jackie. So when they wake up for the first time in their whole state, it
Entire night.
snows. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's for the first time in ever. It snows. She runs down, goes to Jackie, cries, and she's dead, which shocked me because I thought Jackie
I
was
get-
the I thought Jackie was the one that died in the first episode by falling through the.
That's what I was. The one maybe good thing, maybe bad thing about the last episode, and I'll skip ahead here a little bit. Is I too was shocked that she died
Like
in such a unfashionable fashion, like in
Yes,
some
not
very
not like a trap,
anticlimactic
not like
fashion.
an enemy.
But we
Yeah.
never got back to the first scene of the first episode.
I think it's the
So-
long play.
Mhm. So I'm assuming that's the last few months in their
Yeah.
19-month stay. But I was expecting to at least explain what happened during the first episode, the first few seconds.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
yeah,
never got
that scene was
answers to that.
powerful. To like, I loved her death because as we said, we were all expecting her to die
Mhm.
like that, and if not that, something else, way dramatic. But this one was just like she just died in her sleep, and it was just like it was so fucked up too because it was just like because of that fight from the from that from Shauna's fight. So it's
Because
even more
Shauna's being a
heartbreaking.
bitch.
Yeah, I agreed. So after
Yeah,
that,
actually,
there's
that's why I
some-
really didn't like Shauna after that.
There's some ritual here with Lottie, Misty, and Van with the bear's heart, the tribute to the wilderness. Oh, that's the ending, pala, right? Anyways,
Yeah.
before that, in the present 2021, another fun scene with Shauna, Thais, and Natalie calling Misty up to
Going to-
ask for help. and
Good.
then-
The reunion. Oh yeah,
No,
oh,
not
good.
yet.
The cleaner.
Yeah,
The
the
cleaner.
For the
Yeah,
cleanup, of
Yeah.
Adam.
and Misty's just like, oh, we're just destroying evidence. She's so enthusiastic, so fun, and she was so smart. The way she
She's
Or
actually
the-
a super helpful.
the head and
The most
hands,
helpful.
those were the identifying marks.
Yep.
was really
And no,
smart.
not even that. It's like when she's like, X% of the killers get caught because of buying supplies. So she took supplies from the
Yeah,
from the nursing home.
and
it's
And
better.
it's the
And how she
it's
disposed of the
high
head.
level one, high grade one.
was really smart. How she
Oh.
with the with the
Yep.
cremation
Cremation.
of one of the patients.
With a different
So
couple.
good.
Yeah, that's so smart.
So, anyways, they go to their 25-year high school reunion, which I think was a little weird. There was no reason for them to go. You know what I mean? Maybe Taisa because of the election, but
Misty was the
Mhm.
one who made them go, or at least Misty made Natalie go. That was
Yeah,
part of the
Misty
deal.
made Natalie
okay,
go.
okay, I missed that. But yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. So, anyways,
No,
We-
and then for Shauna, her husband was the prompt.
Oh, part
king.
of royalty.
So
Yeah.
he had to be
oh,
there.
okay, yeah, that
Mm.
makes sense.
And
So
then
Shauna-
Thaisa for the politics.
We find also that Randy, Jeff's friend, knows about it, and Shauna threatens him. And then
Mhm.
I think he was kind of happy that he was being threatened. His acting seemed like it was fine. So there's this weird scene also of Shauna and Jeff being all lovey-dovey. Then Callie coming in, the daughter, is like shocked, and then he also sees that Adams disappeared.
What's happening here?
Yeah, what's happening? And then
Yeah.
she in the news that Adams disappeared. Thaisa wins the election surprisingly after writing her concession speech,
Mhm.
and at the same time, Simone, her Thaisa's wife, goes home to pick up some
Get stuff.
things. And it's also weird. It's like Thaisa was the one that was telling them to leave because of their safety, their concern for their safety, and then after that, it's like Simone's been acting like she doesn't love Thaisa anymore. So
Mhm.
it kind of turned too fast for me. But
Yeah.
she finds
That's true.
decapitated body of her dog, Sammy's doll, and what appears to be a human heart hidden in the basement. Did they say? Did you know whose heart that was?
Uh,
Just a heart.
Well, that could be the
I think
dog's
it's the
heart
heart
too.
heart of the dog.
Yeah.
She sacrificed the heart of the
I don't.
dog to win
It
the
seemed too
election. That was
big
the
for.
intent.
Seemed too big for the dog. That to be the dog's heart. Then it seemed like a human
Well, it
heart.
could be any other part. Could be a liver. Could be, I don't know.
Mm.
But
So Misty also poisons Jessica in a badass move. Uh,
Also,
and
like, is she? This was called out in a previous episode about the dad. It's like I knew when that was happening when she gave her the smoke. So you can see how many
yeah.
steps ahead Misty was.
yes, I love
Yeah.
Misty.
And Missy was saying, like, these stuff kill you. That's funny.
And
Because,
then
yeah, they did.
we do have
and
oh go.
she explained about that poison as well. She said, most of the time when this is the poison that's used, it's super lethal, but it's legal, and they tend to not notice it or they overlook it. And she said that to that reporter for a reason. So
Amazing.
there you
So,
go.
anyways, Natalie, still being depressed about Travis, tries to end her life, but just before that happens, a group, cultish group with the symbol of the thingy from the
From the
trip.
woods.
Oh, from the trip from the yeah from their time in the woods, come come in and they kidnap her, and at the same time, her friend Susie that she blackmailed for the bank stuff,
Mhm.
uh,
Called her.
called her and left a voice message that says that
Who
Lottie,
is
it
Lottie?
was Lottie
Who
who,
is Lottie? So, what was her last name? Fuck. Yeah, it was just
yeah,
like,
it was Lottie who
who the
emptied
fuck?
Travis's bank account, and then we have the final shot of uh, Lottie, Van, and Misty doing that dark ritual shit with the heart of the bear's heart, and then speaking in, was it
Offering it
French
up.
or something, and then
French.
ending it with the in with the in the line with the darkness we something like something dark, like
Mm.
basically they're doing something. But that's season one of Yellow Jackets. I think I went through my notes already, so I pretty much got everything there.
Yeah, maybe if you
Um,
want to add anything, John.
One of those things is like I'm glad that this was adjusted. I wouldn't have watched this on my own because
mhm.
I'm just not into cattiness in terms of like an all female cast. It's not something that appeals to me. But this series did not have a lot of those, like a good balance between high school and and like 25 years later. So I really enjoy this. It's going to be a solid 8 for me in terms of like the entire season and as well as like the last few episodes. I'm still slightly disappointed that uh, they didn't at least allude to what was the first scene of the first episode, like this
Yeah.
ritualistic thing that they did, like Chubax. I know you're right that it's going to be like a longer play. It might be in season 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whichever season that they're doing it in. I just hope that it was a little tighter. Um, I like the twists that it is some form of a cult that Lottie, like Lottie survived presumably,
Assume.
and then it's a cult that she has kind of perpetuated that started from the Ontario woods, and I do like the idea that like the people who follow the cult, let's say the Taisas, get what they want because if they follow the ritual. So it's a cultish. Maybe it is supernatural. Maybe it's just like a cult where they have tentacles around a lot of people. So I really enjoyed it. Jay?
Um. Yeah. Actually, I didn't expect it was gonna be Lottie at the end until the last few episodes. I like also the flashback of Lottie as a kid, being able to have some foresight of the car crash that their parents or her family would have been into
Or
had they
is it?
just gone at that.
We don't know.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could just be some. Yeah, and
Coincidence.
that's what I like about this episode. Yeah, sorry, about this series. It's that you still don't know if it's really supernatural. It's
I
just
love it.
really fucked up, man.
Mm.
But that being said, I also rate this around an 8 to 8.5. So we don't do point fives now, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
We just do an 8. So it falls under an 8. It's a good series to enjoy, but not something epic that I would
Yeah.
demand people to do so, because of there are some elements that I'm not happy with. And I've said it from the beginning. I'm still not happy with older Nat,
Yeah, I'm not a
the actress, because it just doesn't do Sophie Thatcher justice.
Yeah. Chubax, final ratings and
So for
thoughts.
me, I'd go 7. I think, just because I can see your point, Jong, that you like the is it supernatural, is it not? I want it to be supernatural.
Mm. Yeah, I want it to
That's
be as
just
well.
that's just my personal preference, and that combined with older Nat and not liking Shauna, it dropped me a little bit to the 7. But my excitement for season 2 is around a 9. So I'm really excited for season 2. I think season 2 will
But
be make or break for me. Like, if it gives
mm,
me what I
Mhm,
want, I'll continue. But if
mhm.
it doesn't, then
I
I'm
agree.
gonna back out.
if I know, in season 2, if it's just
Still
culty,
vague.
the first 2 episodes, I'm dropping it, because yeah,
Okay.
I agree with Chabox. I want supernatural.
No, but actually,
Because
if they do push through with more cult stuff, okay, I might like that. Like the cult thing that can interest
really,
me. Yeah, that can
Mhm.
interest me
I'm
too.
not into the cult thing. I'm more of if it's supernatural. I mean, like
I like the cult.
Thaisa was seeing that eyeless man,
Yeah,
but that
there
could
was
also
that
be
scene
because she's
also.
not sleeping.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that Lottie has maybe she has a little bit of sixth sense, but I'm hoping that what they'll do is like she just is manipulating all the weaknesses of all of these different people to kind of
Mm,
have a hand in politics, have a hand in
mhm.
security, like So that's what I hope that they're going to show. But we'll see into the
Okay,
second season.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's it. That's it for
Right. So
Yellow
that's
Jackets.
MVPs.
oh good
Oh
MVP.
crap!
Let's just do
Well,
one award for
let's do two. Like like can we like best supporting and then MVP.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
best supporting and MVP. So let's start with you, Jay.
Um,
Let's start with
MVP
supporting.
for me.
Oh, okay.
Supporting. Okay, sige. Best supporting for me is Misty.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's awesome. She's so freaking dependable. Just extremely clingy, but super getting things done. MVP for me, Young Nat.
Ooh, good call.
Hmm.
Good call.
Young Nat. Young Nat's my MVP.
I'll go
It's just
next. Like my MVP.
he just likes her. He just likes
Well,
Sophie Thatcher.
no. Okay, so let me explain. She was level-headed throughout, being
Right.
in the wilderness after a plane crash.
Okay,
She was
makes
still
sense. That makes
level-headed,
sense.
and she was the skilled one to get
The
to
scale with
to
the
to hunt
rifle.
for their food. So she was pretty much that. Yes, okay. So
Save Travis from being gutted.
And I
exactly.
also like
She
the
was
fact that
thoughtful.
she's skilled with the gun, but doesn't mean she's skilled as a tracker. So it's not like she kept
Correct.
bringing home kills because I can shoot it, but
Hmm.
I have to find it, and she's not good at finding it.
And it also exposed her um emotion when she spoke to Coach Ben and was crying over Travis.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was a
they
good scene.
realized, yeah, and then Coach Ben was like, "Damn, Misty poisoned me again." And then and
Like
then Nat was
no,
like,
he's
"Not
poisoned
just
all of us.
you." Oh, this is
Whoa,
shrooms.
what a life when you can say poison me again, right? Again. Okay,
and
go
and
Joe.
and her
My
sense
oh
then sorry, last her sense there with Coach Ben, that shit, you're gay, right? You like guys.
You don't look
yeah
at our
Huh?
oh yeah,
boobs.
good
What the
call.
fuck
Like
is
she
she?
sensed that right away.
Yeah,
Don't look at our
because
boobs.
and then the very simple reason, because you never look at their boobs.
People feel that when you do that, but
Awesome.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I think she was overall dependable. She's my MVP.
My best supporting for the season in the series is Shauna. I think she has, yeah, I like her depth. I like that she fucks up. I like that she is the butcher. Like she's the one that turned the most from pre-crash to crash and then post-crash too. Like
Mm.
pre-crash, it was just like the sidekick, the nobody, and then when it crashed, like she had the most worth. Plus she was tackling so many things. So I like that, but also like I understand that she can rub people the wrong way. And by far my MVP is fucking Misty. Like she like the first few episodes when she was saving everybody and telling everybody what to do, people thinking that she was a badass, and then through cleaning up the body of Adam to disposing of the bodies through investigating and being tracked, she is the best. And I actually like that she's scary. Like she is clinically insane for the things
Mm-hmm.
that she's doing. So Misty is my MVP. Chubax?
Nice.
So for me, I'll start with MVP is Misty as well. Like every scene she was, it's just like you're enraptured because you want to see what you don't know what she's gonna do, and you can't wait to see what she does. For supporting, I'm gonna go with Jackie. I don't know. She's cute.
That's why. That's at least Chirax is honest.
I know.
Oh, one thing I want to say about Misty when the reporter had the bird hostage. I like that
Oh.
scene. Go ahead. I don't care. I'll just get another one.
Caligula.
And then she throws.
Caligula. And then
I'm
she
sorry,
throws
Caligula.
Yeah.
So
There we have
that
it.
is the season 1 of Yellowjackets. We have our ratings. We have our best supporting actors, actresses. We have best MVP, or we have our MVP. Now we close the episode out with HBO Max's King Richard, turning over the mic to RJ for a quick synopsis, and we'll discuss while he discusses important beats of the movie.
All right. King Richard. So this movie is a drama biography of Richard Williams and his 78-page plan. Man,
Yeah.
who does that?
86.
Oh, is it 86? I thought 78.
It's 86-page plan. Yeah.
Is it? My
Before
research
they
was
were
70, 78. Damn, 86-page plan for his family. And especially for his 2 daughters, Serena and Venus. So his commitment to the plan was actually very admirable, not just from a family perspective, but also from a business perspective. Imagine that. His commitment to the plan was to bring his daughters to the peak of the tennis world, practicing even at that very dilapidated court in Compton in California. You'll also see the dedication of this determined father and even his children who support the same goal. So
No,
every
but
time they
that's what I love.
practice,
Yeah.
No, for me, what
every
I
time they
love,
practice, they have those posters.
what,
Yeah.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
no, but
If you
what surprised me was I was expecting something more like what movie was that with the drummer Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons?
Fuck. Drum.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Whiplash. You know, where he was a crazy guy pushing this guy so much, that it's borderline like borderline bad. You know what I mean?
Abuse. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Abuse, borderline abuse.
No.
But here it's not.
Yeah.
It's he always says, even though his plan was for them to become champions,
Have fun. Have fun.
It's
have
such
fun.
a refreshing thing. It's like, really, I mean, it's the right play also, but be able to care enough for, because sometimes that's a problem with having that focus on a plan or on, you have a goal
Yeah.
and you're focused on it. You lose sight of other things, like your care for them. And he didn't.
Correct. He
Fun.
didn't.
That's the number one, So that was
What
That's right.
I love about this, even at the start when RJ was mentioning about them practicing, is although the movie is entitled King Richard, they provided enough. They showed enough visuals and scenes where the entire family was supporting everybody. It wasn't just
Yes.
Will Smith and training two kids. They knew. They
Mm,
said the wife taught the backhand. They said the other sisters were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the doctor. I'm gonna be this. We're gonna support you and
correct.
cheer for you. And you guys are gonna be the athletes." So that was the thing that hit me the most, and that's why I really love this movie. Is I really thought it was just going to be like King Richard, the two tennis stars, and then maybe some ancillary characters. But here, the entire Williams family was given enough time to shine.
And one of the sisters is the
Correct.
producer of the film. I is a
Mm.
producer and made the film.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
then
awesome.
they said like Venus and Serena will watch it first before they attach their name to it. And then
Mhm.
they eventually did, and they got credited as executive producer.
Cool. Of course. I mean, they're fucking Serena Williams is the greatest female athlete of our time. That you better.
Yeah.
But it's Will
Absolutely.
Smith. Will Smith. So
And it's also Will Smith. He
he's
did
not
it
gonna do
really
something
well.
horrible.
That's right. That's right.
And also trivia: the
So,
actress who
hmm.
plays Venus, I think she plays right-handed, right? Like Venus, but she's a
Yeah.
lefty. The actress.
Whoa.
So she not
She had
only
to
had to learn
learn.
tennis, she had to learn with her
Yeah.
offhand to be.
Oh, she wasn't.
She's
I
awesome.
think she could have.
Yeah.
She could have like fooled me that she's a real player. I thought that they
I know.
were a real player. Okay. Cool.
They were really, yeah, not just actresses. Yeah. So but the thing that you see there is not just the support of the entire family, but the entire family's desire to stick to that plan as well.
Yes.
Everyone was doing their homeworks. They all had straight A's. They all were gonna be future doctors and lawyers and whatnot.
I love that
And
scene.
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, with the cops going there because the
Yeah.
neighbor said that you're pushing your kids too much. Da, 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 da.
Practicing at night.
You know,
My kids are straight A's. They've eaten dinner. They've done their homework.
exactly.
What the?
Even
They even have
even if they practice in the rain.
Yeah, and they're healthy. My goodness, there's it's not like they're malnourished. They even
Yeah.
have fun. They have these talent shows for the family.
But
Ah,
again,
that's
like
awesome.
like what we were expecting from the movie.
Mm,
From outside the cops, you hear somebody pushing her kids like this, practicing in
Okay.
the rain. You're thinking abuse already, but then
mm.
not. They're having fun. Look, they're
No,
they're
but
having fun in the rain.
yeah, it's very difficult to question another person's parenting style, and
Yes.
one should never do that
Yeah.
because you don't know the circumstance that they're in. You
Yep.
don't know what's really happening. From your perspective, you think it's an abuse. For others, it's not. It's actually fun. Like in the beginning, the Serena and Venus were racing competitively who can deliver the most number of phone books.
Mhm.
And
And they and
actually,
they're enjoying it.
I just noticed it now. You never see Richard shout at the kids for making a mistake at tennis,
Making mistakes,
or
yep.
No.
doing something wrong, in tennis. So
Mm.
it's like, damn,
Yes.
they did that. Like,
He's just always coaching them. Keep it open. Keep it open. Lower your knee. Swing with the hips.
Keep it open again. Yeah, I mean, I do well as we go through the plot. It's also a balance. Like I like the idea that
Yeah.
it's fair to see that he is, King Richard was called King Richard because he's a stage dad, right? Okay,
Yes.
he wants the best for his daughters, but also
The William show.
he's showing off himself. So
but
he can rub you.
I'm also that was also my first opinion, but I'm hesitant now because when I read
It
more and
worked.
stuff, no, not only that it worked because there was a scene where they're saying he was hogging like all the interviews and
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But
but
that was by design.
it was by design because
Mhm.
they were kids. So
Yeah.
what he did was he shielded them
Yep.
from the media because when they started
Correct.
winning, he disappeared. He went
Yeah.
he went back into the shadows. So that's what makes me hesitate to say that maybe he enjoyed it, but
He
didn't
enjoyed it
want,
for sure.
yeah,
No, my
but he didn't do it because he wanted. That was his first want. It was
Yeah.
because he was shielding Venus and Serena from the media, like the way he decided not to do juniors because he wanted them to stay kids. And
Yeah,
then once they were
Correct.
ready, he
Correct.
just stepped back.
he didn't
He didn't
want
do
Mhm.
any
any
pressure at
interviews
all.
anymore and stuff.
The only for me, the only rub, which is everybody's rub in the actual movie, is just like you've begged, stole, did everything you can to give your kids the best possible coach, and then you still coach. Like
Yeah.
that's the only rub. Leave it
Yeah,
to
I
the
know.
experts. But I like that he too was pushing the coaches. Like, he always wanted to make people see how great his kids are. But it's hard for people to show that to strangers, to other people, if they're not their kids, because we always think our kids are the best.
Yeah.
So that's the only small
Yeah.
part. And that's why I love this movie
It's
so much,
realistic.
because
It's realistic. Even
very realistic.
he coached them for 10 years. I mean, it's
Mm,
gonna be hard not to say something when somebody else is
exactly.
coaching.
Yeah, but the thing is, at that time, it was already with Paul Cohen, the coach
Yeah.
of McEnroe, and Pete Sampras.
That
I mean,
was so cool.
and you're still telling him that he's wrong.
Yeah, without, so that's the one. But the thing is, like, I like the fact that it could go either way. They could be
Yeah.
wrong, because, like, I've coached everybody maybe the way that I coach, the way that should be the case, but it's different per talent. But also, on the other
Correct.
hand, bro, you are in the presence of the coach of Pete Sampras and John McEnroe,
Yes.
and you are
Not just
butting
any
in, you're
Tom, Dick, or
filming
Harry out
everything.
there. Yeah.
He's doing this for free. You gotta chill the fuck out. So I was like, but I
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
You know what? I respect him as a person, and I know his love for his family, but certain attitudes was just really low blows for me.
Mhm.
He took advantage of people. He disregarded his wife or his family's decisions. He just stuck to what he wanted because
Yep.
that's what
Yeah.
he thought was the best for them. True enough, he's lucky it is. But what if it's not?
Yeah.
Then he would have just ruined everything,
Yeah. Towards the end of the movie, that's the
right?
other thing too. Like, that was, I
Yeah.
like the arc of Will Smith character is, like, it's not linear. It's not like
Yeah.
going up and then a dip and then going up again. No, it's like
No, it's
up and
like
down, up and
love
down,
and
up and
hate. I
down.
love and
Yes.
hate this
It's just
character.
real.
Mm.
But just
Yeah.
the fact of
Yeah,
the
but
self-actualization.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's
but
like
then
you.
okay.
You know?
So then you
Go,
have
go, go.
to trace it back. You have to trace it back to his history. He grew up in an area where there were KKKs, the people in white hoods oppressing them. The moment you wrongly touch a white person's hand, you get beat up. So that's what he grew up with, in a very oppressive state. Now, in this close to modern time, it's more different, but still there's a lot of oppression. The news
Sure.
and one of the yeah, it still is
Rodney
today,
King.
but that's right. But more so during that time. There's also a news episode on the movie that they were saying that this black guy was suspected
Mm.
and was beat up and was caught on film, and that still happens today. Sad to say,
Mhm. Yep.
but Will Smith was at the pinnacle of that time where he still had hooded people killing these African Americans or
Mhm.
people of color, diba?
And
So
also other
that
people of color, trying to put other people of color down. So I
down
like,
exactly.
I like how that's all set up.
So that's what molded him, and this is the challenge he has. He wants his two daughters, okay, African American women, to dominate in the most white dominated sport of tennis. Remember when he was asking for coaches, what were they saying? Stick to basketball,
Yeah.
right? So they were trying to the white people were really dominating tennis. So it's unheard of. No one wanted to do anything with them, right? So Venus and Serena were eventually trained with the goal to be tennis stars at a very young age in an area where gangs even threatened the safety of the girls.
Mhm.
They have people trying to hook up with their eldest sister.
16-year-old
I
or
know,
15. He's
right?
like very young. Yeah.
16. 16. She
Yeah.
wasn't even legal yet.
Yeah.
So you've got King Richard here trying to warn them off, tell them off, in a very polite manner, I would say. And of course, but gangs are going to be gangs. So you're not just against white people who oppress people of color. You also have people of color, even of the
Mhm.
same race or color, um, threatening your safety. So it was really not an ideal place to bring up that family. So Richard, knowing that they could do better, needed the proper coaching. So he did whatever he could. He did those videos.
Yeah.
He did
Love it.
flyers. He would call coaches, ambush them in their clubs without appointments. And then that's what he did, And what he was looking for was a coach to get them to do it for free. So, how difficult that is. First and foremost, it's free. Um, and you're expecting coaches of the top coaches in the sport to do it for your daughters because you of course believe that they have the skills, and they absolutely do, don't get me wrong. So they start off with Paul Cohen, the coach of tennis greats like McEnroe and Pete Sampras, but he only agreed to train
One.
Venus due to cost.
One. That
Yeah.
was great. That was a good twist too. I didn't even know that. I knew that Venus was like during the start of their career, Venus was the top one for a decade and a half, and then Serena took over for the next 2 decades. But I didn't know
Yes.
that. I didn't know that
Well,
Serena was like,
actually,
sorry.
Serena won a Grand Slam first.
More.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, not just more, but she won
More like
first.
first.
She won
Yeah.
99 U.S. Open, I think, and then Venus won Wimbledon in 2000 or something like
But I was like, that was I did I when I was taken aback where I was like, oh shit, like
that.
it is not a fairy tale story. It's super realistic. This is a
No.
very expensive coach. Like this is thousands of dollars per session, and then of course you're not you. It's already a miracle that he coaches one or teaches one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then what more too? So it's like I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the realistic part. And that's actually also true. And after coaching Venus, he encourages her to participate in junior tournaments, which she eventually finds a lot of success in. Later, agents find interest in her, but then there's this fear for Richard. She's young. They're gonna take advantage of her in this white dominated
Or
sport.
racist.
Yeah, they were super racist, right? So he didn't want his daughters. It's not for his case. I don't think it was he did this because he was offended. I think he did this because he knows it's gonna be affecting his daughters as well.
But to your point, it
So
was
we,
just wrong of him to
yeah,
dismiss it
to
Unilaterally
make a
decide.
decision,
without
I
discussing.
really don't like that. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I
Oh
didn't like.
yeah, this faults.
Despite your plan, you have a wife, and it's
Yep.
your kid's life. So you have to at least let them in on it before you just shut the world out because that's what you think is best.
Mhm.
Because we're not perfect. We fathers are never perfect. Okay. We're always usually at fault anyway. But so it's best to still, since you're a family, decide it as a family, which his wife later took it up on him with. diba? So he fears that they'd be taken advantage, pulls her out of juniors, and lets go of Paul Cohen as their coach. I mean,
The
wow.
balls,
Can you
imagine.
imagine?
But I guess by that point, he does know that she's really
We
good
will
with
no longer require your services
Service. Wow, you begged for a coach for years. Now
for
you got
free. It's not
one of
like
the
you were
best.
paying him.
But again, I totally understand that the Paul Cohen's route was the traditional route. Like you
Yes.
do juniors, you
Yeah.
get signed, you get money. This is how you
Which
go. But
was the general route of everyone. Even Rick
Mhm.
Macy was started
even the
out that way
first,
too.
even the first, like the top seed, the
Hmm.
juniors number one, and then the world number one female. They're following the exact same track. But I too understood that if high risk, high reward.
Yeah,
won't be-
totally agree.
so yeah.
Totally agree. So later he finds Rick Macy and invites him
love
to
Rick
California to see the girls play, and he
It's just a bundle of joy.
totally gets blown up. Yeah,
I love how
he loves them
was
so much
bully.
that
It's just such a bundle of joy.
he invites them to move to Florida, covering their training, living expenses, giving
For
giving
15%.
Will
Filler.
Smith a job for 15% of their future
Future
earnings.
And just a
Right.
tidbit here, I read like interviews of Rick Macy, like some of the small things that were cool, like no matter how big Serena and Venus got, after each session with practice, they always say, "Thank you, Mister Macy,
Macy.
for
Yeah.
that session." Like humble,
Yeah.
what happened here, and then
Well,
and also
because
how
that's the lesson. Humility is a lesson
yeah
that Will Smith, that King
that
Richard
Richard. Also, one of the
taught
like how crazy Richard
with
is.
Cinderella.
He said that one time, like in the middle of the night, Richard would just call him Macy and then say, "There's a guy outside watching our house, and he has a gun." And then Macy's like, "What do you want me to
It's Florida.
do? Call police, right?" That's he's waking up like, "Just call the police." No, come on, man, you're not gonna come here. There's a guy. And then, what do you want me to do? Okay, fine, I'm going. And then Richard would say, "Nah, man, I'm just messing with you. I just wanted to see what you would do if you're gonna come here. I love you, man."
Oh, so Rick was just like the best. All right. I'm happy for them.
And
That's so good.
their relationships like that. I like that they're like family actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, but also like the manipulative part again, like one of the meaner things that Richard did was like he didn't tell Macy that they were pulling out of juniors
That they were not gonna
That's right.
play
before he signed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was like
because that means that he's paying for all of their expenses without getting anything.
Training.
no,
Yeah, and
it's not that's the bad part. It's just that he didn't want to risk Macy not getting the kids because he was pulling them out of juniors. So he didn't tell him until after he signed. That's why Macy was pissed. Like you could have told me this back in Compton before we signed, but
yeah, but then you would
now
have
it's
made
too late.
Yeah, we'd have
Yeah,
said yes.
your
Yeah.
life.
yeah. No,
Right.
yeah, good.
Yeah. Well, because it's still obviously you have to invest. It's an investment. How
Yeah.
much was it
Mhm.
to get them that RV? How much was it
And
to
the
get them that
house.
beautiful house?
The
How much
schools,
was it to put all their kids to school
the training.
and give King Richard a job?
I do love Rick Macy. Like
Driving.
you get Rick Macy. You'll work with Rick Macy, not with some waiting coach.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you sign with me, you get Rick. You get me. That was cool.
Yeah, not like any factory produced
Yeah.
trainer,
Mhm.
right? So I mean, and so he really also invested a lot, and I think the entire Williams family was very appreciative also,
Oh,
which you know,
sorry. Also, I like the name drops. La Kornikova, Hingis,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
John
Thank you.
yeah,
John
Those
Roddick. You see the that's John Roddick.
yeah,
He has a younger brother that's who just
a little
hits
better.
fire. You know, because Andy Roddick was known to be one of the strongest servers before. His younger brother
yeah.
spits fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Ayun. So well, the dad also kind of pauses things because he wants them to be truly ready. He wants the kids to be kids, to
Mhm.
study,
And good
because it's not
education.
just tennis. Yeah, we want you to get your straight A's. If they don't get straight A's, they don't play. I like how he stuck to his principles in getting what's best for his family. But eventually, Rick says that there's this tournament and he believes that Venus is ready. Richard kind of agrees to it.
I love that
And
scene
and
though
yes,
where Venus was the one begging Rick Macy.
Mhm.
yeah.
You want me to talk to that madman?
Please.
He's so scared.
And he sits
Come on,
down.
man, you're
I'm gonna need
killing
to
me.
sit down first and plan how to do this.
He's so cool.
But then the sad part is that when he says yes already, and then he sees on TV Capriati, Jennifer Capriati, who is allegedly suffering from burnout and then
Got
Uh,
caught
doing
doing
drugs.
drugs
Yeah.
at what, 16, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's worried that might happen to his daughter. So he kind of like falters. He doesn't want to do it again. And this kind of causes like a little bit of anger
Yeah.
between Rick and Richard. But I like their relationship in a sense that, you know what? If you want to do it to me, fine, but don't do this to the kids.
Yeah.
right? Because it's
Rick
there.
is like Rick is the MVP here. Like,
Yeah,
I would have if
love
I
it.
were a business owner and I had this fucking fool making a fool out of me, fuck. But I guess the talent was there.
He really saw. So they pushed on after a fight with the wife and speaking to Venus, and I like how Venus was angry, hitting all the serves strongly
Sorry, sorry.
towards
I also
Richard.
like I also like the discussion with the wife because that was like real,
Yeah.
like like
'Cause
Yeah.
him thinking that it was all on him. But if the wife wasn't working,
he
you
would
not be
never
able
have
to do
achieved it.
anything. Yeah,
And the wife also taught them
yeah,
actual
yeah,
tennis too.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
both
that's
of
where I
them
was
are
like, all
athletes.
right.
That's the thing. Yeah, and she
One
worked two
went
jobs.
to
Mm-hmm.
one went to nurse so that they could have food on the table so that Richard can coach and do a little bit at night. So like everybody did double work for the kids and
Yeah,
it wasn't just Richard. So it's like I love that part. Like that was one of and then of course a lot of stuff within their relationship happened, infidelity and whatnot, like other kids and yada yada yada. But it never stopped them. It never stopped their love. So
the
that was a
wife,
cool.
the wife was actually very admirable because despite
Mm,
all the shit that had happened, she stuck by him
yeah.
and she would
Mm,
stand by him, even during the time where he made that decision with Paul Cohen,
Mm-hmm.
and she was not actually agreeing to that decision,
And
but
she didn't blow up there.
her
She wanted to talk somewhere else,
yeah.
like.
So she kind of just whatever the husband decided, she just said yes. But then when they left, you made
That's
a
when
fool
she.
out of me. Then
Yeah. You
don't
never
take
put
my
me in that
silence for
situation.
agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that was a good line. That was a
don't take
good
my
line.
silence for agreement. Yeah,
So good.
Yeah.
that's actually quite strong. So here we go. Tournament starts. Venus is ready. Love the hair, and she eventually gets
No,
an
do the
offer from
Nike. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, an
Oh,
offer from
yeah.
Nike, making her a
Three
central. They wanted to
million.
build a campaign around her to inspire all women to actually be what she is, and that's what she wanted, and offered not 1 million, which King Richard was looking for before, but $3 million. But you know what? At this point, Richard already took a step back. Just don't pitch it
It's
to
this
me.
was one of my favorite parts.
Pitch it to
It's
her.
like pitch it to her. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
this is kind of like where he finally learned that he's just part of a team. He is a vehicle. He is King Richard, but he's not the king of everybody. So there's the wife.
Correct.
He listened to the wife, he listened to the kids. So pitch it to her. She's the one signing. It's her career. It's like
Yes.
fuck.
I just
There we go.
I love
I respected him from that point on. But at the beginning, I was like, he took advantage of people. He was so
Mhm.
stubborn.
He
I was like,
manipulated a lot of people to get there.
manipulate, yeah.
Mhm.
And almost borderline illegal things, you know. But he did it not for himself, but actually for his family. And then I understand, but don't do that.
Mm.
And Venus didn't accept it. Lo and behold, why?
and
Yep.
I
She
like that
wanted them
actress.
to
She's
be-
really pretty and she can hold the room. Like
Yeah.
I think she'll
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
Oh,
feature,
yeah.
a really good feature.
Yeah, absolutely. And she said,
The balls.
I
on
want to
her.
show them what I can
Yeah.
do.
The balls. On
That
her.
was so one. I have no idea that happened. Like I didn't know that story, but that was one of those things. Like, holy fuck! 9 out of 10 kids were just like, fuck yeah, $3 million. We're set
9 out of
finally.
10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, bro.
10 out of
10
10.
out of 10.
Especially
But
from
she was
You know?
so
where they
confident.
came from. I mean,
Yeah.
if you were already
Just-
rich,
and-
3 million,
No,
then
think about it.
But
Their
from-
goal was $1 million. Remember?
And they
Before,
got
at the
3.
beginning. And they
Yeah.
got, yeah. What's even I was thinking, sign it. That's Nike. You're gonna build this around you.
from
and that's
zero,
3
ano
million.
pa, zero
Yeah.
matches.
And the most important fact, without having to play a game yet,
One
because it was the
game.
night before the
Yes.
first game, and I
Yes.
figured lock this down so you have no more worries. So when she said like, I just want them to see me play, at least just see me play once. It's like, She didn't say I'm gonna win it. She didn't say anything. She just said like, I want them to see me play. It's like, fuck, you're gonna risk it all? Fuck yeah, let's go.
It's a big gamble, right? So she plays her first game, her
You can
first
get
pro
hurt.
game
Can be
in
crap.
She can
3
lose.
years of no
Mhm.
tournaments.
No junior
You have to
preparation.
consider that. No junior
Mhm.
preparation. She hasn't been playing in tournaments for 3 years. Her first pro game. And she passed on that 3 million. So first game was against Sean Stafford. And at this point, after winning that, Nike upped their offer to $4 million. So there, are you gonna accept it? It's now up 1 more million because you won. And the next battle was against the top seed
Number
uh,
1 seed in the
Aran-
world.
Arancia
Arancia.
Sanchez
I remember her.
Vicario. I remember that. I think I saw this game on like ESPN, and it's like this match at ESPN. And I love the name Arancia.
Arantia, yeah. And at this point, even Rick was saying, there's no way she can win.
Oh wait,
She's
wait,
the
before...
top seed. She's like,
Yeah, go.
yeah, she was like, she's the top seed. She's like, she's the best at this point. And Richard was still,
What if?
but what if?
And then there's this guy, the pants guy, the expensive.
The guy
pants
with the
guy.
fancy pants.
What if you? And then that's when Rick was like, "Oh, what if?" like in his mind, it is possible. Like, damn, what if she wins?
Oh my god. She still said no to the 4 million. Holy shit.
But she still said no to the 4 million. Right?
Oh, I actually again, this is what I love about kind of like fictionalized documentaries. They have their liberties about the story, but there's real information here. So there was a real deal at 1 million, real deal at 3 million, real deal at 4 million that, we might have heard on ESPN and rumors if we were into it. But I wasn't into tennis the way that I should be. So when I was watching this, I was like, the fuck are you doing?
I know.
Why the fucking shit?
Exactly. What
Exactly.
Rick Macy said. What's wrong, guys? What's happening here? This is it. What have been doing? Working for
Everything that they worked on. Yeah.
That's right. But so she won her first game. Overwhelming. Arancia. But then she did
Oh
something.
wait.
which was kind of,
You skipped my favorite part.
Oh, go ahead.
My favorite
Which one?
scene. Where is that? This scene with Serena.
So the day
Oh,
before
yeah,
the
yeah,
match.
Yeah.
Day before the match.
He
Because Serena was
called it.
also like,
Son of a gun. Where Richard
he's-
talks to Serena.
he said that he told Venus that
Serena.
no, but he did a prediction for both. Venus is gonna be
No, but he
first.
told it to Serena. He told Serena.
yeah,
Your sister
he told
Venus
Serena.
is going to
Will
be
be the first.
number 1 in the world. No doubt about
Yes.
that.
But you
You're
are gonna be the greatest of all time.
She
Yeah.
she fucking is like
Can
she's
you-
so great that
She
people
is!
forget.
But that's not the way he called it at that age. Like, holy did he call it or did
Because
he made it come real? Like,
just that was part of his plan.
saying it.
That was
I
his
planned
plan.
it. And it's true too. It's like if you analyze it, even Serena's the one that's been saying. I saw in the interviews that there is no Serena without Venus because even though she's more accomplished,
Of course.
Venus had the pressure. Venus was like, it's just like I think it like
She's the tip of the spear.
it's
yeah,
like
tip of the
in the
spear.
bike. She's the one drafting. She came
Yeah.
first, so
And
she
everyone
had to handle
followed.
everything in front, and Serena had a little easier time in the back. And it's just it's a family success, but still, man, wow. Can you imagine? Yeah.
But it's also tough to be in the, compared to your
Yeah.
sister. Yeah.
And did
Yeah,
you see
that's right. That
the
is
little
actually
the little Easter egg with the come on with the young Serena in the when she signed up behind their backs? You know, in the juniors tournament, but Serena signed up without them knowing.
Oh
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then they
that's
figured
right,
out.
that's
And then when Richard went, there was like a Serena was like, "Come on!" Like she shouted like that. It's like it sounded like Serena. So it's so cool. But yeah, go.
And then they traded trophies
Yeah. 'Cause he wanted the
because
gold.
Venus got the gold and Serena got the silver. And I like how Venus was like, "You want to trade? I like silver more anyway."
Yeah.
Because she's been winning gold nonstop.
It was like what
How
63
many
and
was that?
0.
63?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
63
Ugh.
gold. Damn. That's just amazing. So what did he call that what Aransha did? The one where she took an extra long
Yeah,
break
it's
so
just
that
she
the
really
muscles
did
It's just
that.
go
mind
cold.
games.
I
Yeah.
researched it also. Yeah, it's technicality. She said go to the bathroom. It's like
She
a
was
timeout.
injured. Yeah.
Or she
Or she
needed
was
to
like,
go to the bathroom, poop
mm,
or something, and
Yeah, but they
spend
do
time.
that so that the muscles of the opponent gets cold.
yeah.
And it
They
just
lose
breaks
They
your
take you
rhythm.
take the momentum.
rhythm.
It
Yeah,
breaks your
take
your
momentum out.
rhythm as well.
Yeah. So I was in the wiki. I was like reading through it. Like it's a real act of gamesmanship that people do use in real tournaments,
And she
men's
really
and
did it
women's.
to Venus.
Yeah, and
She
again,
really
it
did it to
really
Venus.
happened, and it does happen. But the idea is it's also obvious. Like
Yeah.
people knew what was happening. The audience knew. Everybody knew. That's like, oh, she is getting spanked, and this is the only way that she can get back to the game.
Yeah. To
Actually,
throw them off their
Mhm.
momentum. You're right. Which is really very sportsmanlike. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? There's no way. What if you had diarrhea or something? You can't do anything about that.
yeah. So technically, it was within the rules, but as Jong said, bad gamemanship.
Yes, agree. So she eventually lost. Sad as it is, and I was like thinking at that point, goodbye, $4 million.
$4 million.
But also we skipped that little part. But I love the reveal with the braids,
With the
beads.
braids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
then,
Such,
so
like,
actually,
yeah.
it was just I know what they meant. Like they wanted to celebrate African American women because that was kind of during that day that was the wave having the beads, but like they didn't set it up properly. Like there's no like what it meant. I didn't know what it means.
Yeah.
So I thought that
For
they were
me,
gonna
yeah,
explain.
for me, it just meant something to me because I know that's what Venus always
That's how she looked.
wears.
Yeah. Mm.
That's right.
So
But yeah, so walks out, thinking that it's over, opens the gate, and sees a crowd cheering for Venus at the age of 14. Yeah. Age of 14. Venus. So freaking fantastic. And not just that, they're getting calls not just from Nike, but from
For
Reebok,
everyone.
from Puma, from any I don't know how many. And they were gonna talk to all of them, right? And then that's it, ends there. But there's an epilogue that runs through the progress in tennis, where at the age of 15, Venus signs with Reebok with $12 million.
$12 million.
9 months later, they had to like 6 or 9 months later. What?
9 months. They said 9 months later. Yeah. But
That definitely
All right.
put a big smile on Rick Massey's face.
I was gonna say it's like all right. It was worth the wait from 1 million to
absolutely.
12 million. Worth the wait. 12 times. Okay.
Went to Wimbledon, win 5 times, being the first African American woman to be ranked number one in the world during the Open era. And then eventually Serena, who joined pro after 2 years,
I think
became
Venus
a
was
23-time.
ranked number 1 for 11 weeks, and then Serena's
Yeah.
like 300, 400 weeks or something.
Yeah. Because Serena became a 23-time Grand Slam champion
God damn.
and noted as the greatest of all time, just as Rick.
She won.
Goat. She is.
She won U.S. Open
She's
while
the goat.
pregnant.
Wait, what?
While she was pregnant.
Yes.
Fucking shit. And
I'm
she's
not
not
sure-
done. That's the thing. It's like she's not done. I'm hoping that they do
I want I want
Serena
her to win
version.
2 more because 24 I think is the record.
Oh.
Was it 24? Okay.
Yeah, but that was a different time, so they still consider her
man.
the goat.
Oh, man.
She
Solid.
still is. It's just
He's solid.
crazy.
Solid.
Amazing
Wow.
player. But yes, so that is the overview of King Richard. I like also
Fine.
the end credits, towards the credits, where they show the actual film,
Actual. Yeah.
the actual scenes, and I like how they replicated it in the new one, where the two girls were side by side
In the
wearing
video.
that long.
Mm.
And
Yeah, it's so cute.
in that vein, watch this one.
Hmm.
Remember this?
I know I can get it.
Yeah.
Very confident.
This is the real one.
You say it so easily. Why? Because I believe it. And let me tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time. But if you keep going on and on, so we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing with your old ass and me gonna be in the grave. When she says something, I told you what's happening. You deal with a little black kid and let her be a kid. She'll answer it with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
So
It's
good.
Ooh.
Damn.
It was actual.
Yeah,
They
that
did
was
it
actual.
verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it verbatim as well.
Oh god.
And I also like the question to Serena, where she said,
Yeah.
"So who do you want to play as?"
Oh yeah, with go.
No. I want
Real.
them to play like me.
Yeah.
God damn.
Let's do our best supporting and MVP for King Richard and our final ratings.
Oh, sorry. Can I just add something?
go
about
ahead.
this?
Go,
So,
go.
Of course.
director is Reynaldo Marcus Green. He's from New York. Producers include Tim White, Trevor White, Will Smith. Movie was released November 19, 2021 in both cinemas and streaming with a budget of $50 million. But
5-0.
current today, 5-0.
Mhm.
Current today, they've made only about $36 million.
It's an HBO Max release, so it's
It's skewed.
understandable.
It's skewed.
It's understandable. Yeah.
But runtime is 2 hours, 24 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes scores of 90%. Audience score of 98. IMDb rating of 7.5 out
Strong.
of 10. Yeah,
Strong numbers
strong.
across the board. Across the board.
It's a great family movie. I'd
Yeah.
say there's a lot of values that is learned here by the kids, by the wives, by the husbands. It's amazing. I like, awesome. All right, so let's do this. You want to start with Chubax for
Yep.
now or Joe?
I'll start. Chubax is prepping. Of course, I don't think we're gonna argue who the real MVP here is. I think it's
Really?
yeah.
Really?
He has the title
Sure.
of the movie, but I think we'll have a lot of. I hope we have differing supporting actors. My favorite supporting actor, and I surprised myself. Fucking Rick Macy.
No.
Fucking Rick.
Awesome.
I would have had a heart attack if 1/4 of the things happened to me. Like, what? I bring you in on my dime, give you an RV, give you a house to go to juniors, and we're not doing juniors? Fuck. What? I need to give you a job?
All of your family is here.
All your family is going to be here?
My comment,
we
the blue
have-
comment, the heart.
We have our goal of a deal of $1 million, and you're gonna say no. No. We have a counter offer for $3 million. You're still gonna say no? Oh, I literally would have died, but I'm so happy for him, like being able to get 10-11% for the rest of his
15.
life. Oh, 15 for the
15%.
rest of his life, or the rest of Venus and Serena's.
Okay.
So he'd be a
It's just
gajillion.
how much did they earn throughout their career?
Oh, so
Yeah,
look,
that-
well, I'm just gonna say Rick Macy, Rick Macy net worth.
Okay, let's see. Go for it.
Ooh. Well, she says that. Oh, he earns an average between 1.5 to $2 million per year.
Not a lot.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, per year, that's a lot. So, like, if he's trained them since the early 2000s, So that's 20 something odd million
It's
dollars.
freaking 100 million pesos per year. That's
That's a lot.
crazy.
So yeah,
It's
and
freaking crazy.
to my again, I love this movie. I enjoyed it. I am a sucker for sports biopics, kind of stuff like that. The Rudies, the Last Dance. I love it. This is a solid. This is. I know it's. I know it might sound low, but it's a very, very solid 8 for me. Like it's an excellent movie. Like it's oh wait, that's what we'd say. Yeah, it's an excellent, it's an excellent movie. Like it's something that at any point in time, if you're in the mood for a family inspirational sports related movie. And the good thing about this, when I was watching this, I haven't seen tennis in maybe 5, 10 years. So I already forgot about the sport itself. Like I mean the controversies, the issues. I was never really plugged into it. So even if you have zero interest in tennis at all, there is a way that you can enjoy this movie. So that's me on my King Richard supporting MVP and rating. How about you, Chubax?
Uh, Supporting, yeah. I'll go with the Rick Macy. Rick Macy and who plays the girl who plays Venus.
Ingenue. Her name is Ingenue Ellis.
Mm.
Anjano, yeah. Oh, no, that's the mom.
Oh, is that the mom?
Yeah, Sania Sydney as Venus.
Oh,
Venus
Sonia
Williams.
Sydney.
So yeah, she brought it. I mean, she was good.
Yeah.
Just the fact that she learned her offhand for the playing tennis. Um, I guess I can bump up Rick Macy as my MVP because we all know that Richard is the real MVP, but Macy as an MVP, he was just like a bundle of joy to watch. Um, and Sania Sydney as Venus she was amazing. She nailed the tennis. She nailed the crying parts. My surprise fact, more like surprise thing about the movie is they made they didn't do too much with the tennis. They just made them train well, and then they just made them play without like slow mo shots, or they didn't focus too much on it, which was surprisingly better for the film. It's not like there's gonna be a scene where it's gonna slow mo and it's gonna focus on one shot. No, it's just more of the game and how they train
It
more than
yeah.
like specific moves and stuff. So
It wasn't about the game per se. It was
yes, so
the
that
relationship.
was good. So I liked how they didn't get bogged down by the tennis. You know what I mean? It was about the family and the story, and that was I love that. And I rate this as a 9 for me. It's really good, really really good.
Cool. Jay, take us home.
All right. Well, I'll give you my ratings first. The
Mhm.
MVP, King Richard, hands down. Agree that this entire film was really carried by him, and Will Smith did an excellent job. Stellar.
100%.
Supporting between Rick Macy and also Brandy, the wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
He's just
call.
been-
Good call.
She's just been so supportive. I mean, I see a lot of elements similar to my wife. Very forgiving, very patient, despite all the screw ups and fuck ups that I do. Same thing with King Richard. He screwed up a lot, a lot, and she stood by his side. And I don't think the success of Venus and Serena or his entire family would ever have come to fruition. That plan would have sucked if the wife didn't support. So I definitely supporting the best supporting for me is Brandy and Macy.
Brandy, you good girl. Want a good
Yeah, man.
life. Okay, wait, what was your rating again?
8. Solid 8.
All right.
I liked it, but it's just too long for me.
I think so. Okay.
I love that.
It's a bit too long.
Awesome. Wow. It was a great discussion for our this week's review episode.
Yeah.
Closing this out, thank you again for joining us in another reviews discussion. We enjoyed Yellow Jacket season 1 as well as King Richard. I can't wait to discuss the Batman with my bros a lot more in depth after they watch it. But next week, join us. We're discussing Scream 5 and The Adam Project from Netflix. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/slash plus63hp. Follow us on any of our socials. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search plus63hp. And if you don't want to watch us, you can listen to us in your favorite podcasting app. We prefer Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon. And again, as a final reminder, we have a giveaway for this week. Leave a comment to get a chance to win $63 or the equivalent of your local currency. We will be picking a random commenter in our videos for this week to win that. We also have a special prize from our little handsome Zaddy over there. And again, to know what the Papa, to know about that, you have to listen to the start of the episode and make sure that you paid attention. So there's special instructions for the extra $25 gift prize for the first person who follows the instructions of Chubax. Final goodbyes, Jay?
It's been a wonderful episode. I loved what we've been watching, and I'm always excited to see the new movies and series we're gonna watch for next week. Chubax?
Yeah, hello. Well, yeah, I had fun with these ones. Yellowjackets closed out nicely. We're excited for the next one. And yeah, can't wait. Really worried about our D&D. So here we go. That's it from me.
All right. Again, thank you very much. We love having you here, and we hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.
Ciao.